Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the season 6 podcast. I am here with my boy Chef,
Deep.
Chimerays.
and let's talk about week 1. Game 1 was Buckets Are Us versus Free Palestine. I am going to let somebody talking about the stats, whoever wants to
I'll
speak.
start it off. I really thought this game was going to be closer. I'm gonna be honest. It ended up being looked like a pickup game towards the second half, and a lot of that had from LJ not being here and Seti getting hurt in the first 5 minutes.
Prayers out to Seti. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I'm still gonna give the Free Palestine their credit, man. New group came in, they were moving the ball like they've been playing together for a long time, and especially Madge, bro. Madge looked good out there, especially from last season. That's about it. I got the Chevy need to shoot better. Yosh need to shoot better. Mahmoudi, I know what they're capable of. Same with Bug, need to take more shots. But if you could get layups all game and play defense like that, they won by 25. It didn't really matter them shooting bad. Anybody else want something to say?
Yeah, you can see that Free Palestine had 7 less turnovers than Becksaurus. And, I mean, they just shot far better, and that leads to a blowout win.
They also, correct me if I'm wrong, they shot a lot more threes. Buckets are us.
Yeah, shot 28 to 22.
28
Buckets
to
are us at 28.
I mean,
Both
both
shot
are 2
terribly
at
from three.
22. With the three
That
ball
first
ain't
game,
falling, you're
yeah.
already the smaller team. You're already putting yourself at a deficit.
One team shot 11% from the three, and the other
Yeah,
team
Buckets
shot
are us.
14% from the three.
Yeah,
So
both teams only hit
And
three
one
points.
team-
They're not
one of
winning.
them.
yeah,
I will say Free Palestine, they're moving the ball really well. I'm not going to speak that much on Buckets R Us because best player got injured, second best player didn't show up. So you can't really say much on this team. The only thing I will say, Faisal had 16 boards.
Make some layups.
Eglai had 9. They had 42 boards as a team compared to Free Palestine's 35.
What y'all think of
Um,
his co that came today? Jordan Collins, JC. He was the one guard.
You could tell that he knows what he's doing, but it seems like he's been out of the game for a long time.
and
Because
then
he was dribbling it correctly. His shot looks good, but you could tell there's a lot of rust there.
I feel that he got to come in and get some shots, get with Seti about some shots because he went 0 from 8 from the 3 line. You know, you can shoot, but you know, coming in Adel, man, you gotta
even
gotta
the
learn
yeah
the rims. The rims hard.
That's a fact. I think Jordan he needs to get the ball more, like handle the ball for that team because there's not many ball handlers, especially with LJ City not being there.
Yeah,
And I think that's gonna get better. It'll get better with time. That's a new group.
but you can tell he can hoop though.
Yeah,
I ain't
for
gonna
sure.
say that he can hoop.
That's why you could tell he got something there. It's just it looks like it's been a minute.
Shout out Mosin. His jumper still broke.
Boys look like he's playing ranked.
Yeah,
This is the most I ever seen him shoot though. I'm not even gonna lie.
He played well. He was well and aggressive.
Yeah. Y'all want to move on to the next game, Ollie?
Yeah, so the final score of that game was
32-57.
32-57 with Free Palestine having an easy dub. We're moving forward to game 2. Game 2 was Splash Bros versus 1, 2, 3 Top Shotters.
The league's favorite team.
The favorite team for the whole league. We love watching those guys hoop. First thing, Patty had 2 points. Am I looking at that correctly?
No,
Patty had 4 points. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For a person that's been dropping high teens to 20s for the past 5 seasons, he looked very uncomfortable today.
I think it's overall bad performance.
I think it was frustration.
Yeah. They were a little frustrated on the court.
they were down 20,
Yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were down 20.
Yeah, they were down higher, but Splash Bros definitely stepped off the gas. I'll say that.
Wajji played solid today.
Wajji played good, but he could have played a lot better. He was very.
The team, he has to go.
He has
to
to
the
be.
rim.
He has to be a
I know he
man
can shoot the ball. He was hitting his trays today,
Yeah.
but there's not many
21
guys that attack the rim a lot on top shotters, and he's got to be the one to do
Yeah.
it. He's got to
Yeah.
be the one to set the tone. Everybody on that team can shoot.
Yeah.
Noah Needle had 18 points.
I like that big guy, man. Sweat came in 8 for 11 from the field.
17 boards.
And he wasn't like it was just all layups. He pulled a couple mid range jumpers.
Fucking Wajji has.
Oh, that's crazy. But in the second half, Polani caught fire. He was like 0
Yeah.
for 4 at the at halftime
Mhm.
and came in, shot 4 for 6 from the 3.
Yeah.
I
Four
think
for
they,
four for
he came
10.
to drawing
4 for
back and
10.
forth with.
Yeah, he was 0 for 4 at halftime though.
Mhm.
Came shot 4 for 6.
They got.
second
I
half.
think they got into drawing back and forth with Jalen early,
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah.
stopped playing their game. Next thing you know, you down 20.
Jalen, bro, that dude does not get tired.
Yeah. He an energized bunny.
Yeah, he
Man,
was.
y'all need to knock down some shots so he could get some more assists because I be seeing him pass
Oh
out
my
there.
goodness.
For real.
He was passing the ball really well.
Yeah,
He shot some crazy
that's
3-pointers.
the least amount of assists I've ever seen him get.
Ziggy needs to get a little more comfortable and
Yeah.
stop getting into his head too much. We all know he's a great shooter. He just got to get out of that headspace.
I
You
don't,
saw Ali on that team, like Chef just said, he started off 0 for 4. He kept shooting.
yeah.
And especially playing in a game like this, you could shoot these shots and try to find your rhythm.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was more of just the shots. I think Zeke was going back and forth with the refs. He got in. He got.
That's what I'm saying. He was getting very frustrated.
Frustrated due to fouls, not due
Yeah.
to the game, and
Yeah.
it kind of threw him off.
I think
So,
foul trouble got his rhythm off a little bit.
I think he need to do like me, feed off of it instead of letting it
Yeah,
get him down.
we'll talk about your anger issues next
Okay,
time.
I got two guys we want to spotlight. One guy on each team.
Yeah.
Gashif. What y'all think about his addition to the new Splash Bros?
Phenomenal player.
He
He did a
looked-
great
he
job.
looked good. He
stealing.
looked-
Besides getting hung on the rim,
Yeah, that was.
He
He
was
looked way more
outstanding.
comfortable. Way more
He
comfortable.
looked way.
This was a former team.
Yeah, and he
He
looked
didn't-
way more comfortable
he
today.
didn't. Yeah, he was. He's usually very quiet. Today he was still quiet, but he didn't look as sad as he
But
usually.
I'm gonna say this though, and this is no shade to you, Patty. It's no shade at all. You know, I think you're a good player, but I think with him having Jalen on the ball is kind of making it more easier. Because when he was with Patty,
You mean
them,
Kashif.
yeah, but I'm saying when he was
Yeah.
with Patty, them, it was just him
He
and
was the
Patty,
ball
Yeah, it was
handler.
him
Yeah.
and
they was
Yeah.
handling the ball most of it.
But-
Oh, there with Jalen,
Jalen gonna do everything. He'll
Jalen
do-
gonna grab the ball
yeah.
the whole time
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do his thing,
Yeah.
pass everything. So
No, that's a fact.
it make it a little bit more easy.
The
on him.
other guy I want to spotlight is Patty's co-captain, Garum. I don't apologize if I was
Garum.
saying your name wrong, but yeah, I think he just got into it's his first time hooping here, and he just got into that talk. I think it was him who started talking to Jalen early. It's tough. It was Mootman.
I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you, man. You can't be no team have a co-captain that only put up 5 shots and shoot 1 for 5.
Yeah.
As
You know what Patty's
co-captain, you have to be,
Yeah.
a guy that's gonna get shots, put the ball in the hole, and
Do something.
because
Can't just be out there.
co-captain that's a big spot, man. If that was the case, you could have went into the 3rd spot of the draft, and they could have picked somebody else.
That's what I did.
I'll make
Man.
a quick note that
Yeah.
Top Shotters had 50 rebounds to Splash Bros 21, but they also had 10 more turnovers,
Oh my god.
and that
They
really
had
counts.
30 more rebounds almost.
Yeah, almost 30 more rebounds, but those 10
Goodness.
turnovers.
That's Wudgie
really
getting his
counters.
bricks. Nah, that don't count. Wudgie missing layups, getting them putbacks.
Yeah.
He only missed 4 layups though. He wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just turnovers and not being able to. I think early on they
Splash
got to a
Bros
bad
look
start.
good in the second
Hey,
half. though.
shout out to Waji, man.
Yeah.
We've been playing together for a couple years now, and I've been yelling at you about shooting that 3-ball. Boy, you was 3 for 3 today.
Nice sir.
And I ain't gonna lie, he was trying to do everything
was
for them
3 for
defensively
3.
at a point.
You still play with your hands, but it's all right.
Wudgie needs some help for sure.
Yeah.
He needs his core players to help him out.
But I think that's enough on Splash Bros and Top
Splash
Shotters.
Bros looks good. especially
Final
with-
score of that game was 72 to 61, with Splash Bros taking the W. Game 3.
Here we go.
This was a much. Everyone wanted to see this game.
It's the 1 and 2 matchup.
This is the number 1 and number 2 team. What's it
Preseason
called?
voting.
The Expendables were
Preseason
missing. They were missing Jawan, and Revenge Tour were missing the one and only Deshaun Allen. It was still a fun game to watch. I won't lie. It was.
Something like that.
Hey, my
it was-
boy said don't call him Deshaun. He's Grim.
Oh, he's Grim.
Alright.
The one and only Grim.
Grim would have helped out a little
I
bit. today.
apologize. I'm gonna say the same thing I've been saying over and over again. Eric does not get enough shots on this team for him to be 4 for 6. I will say Revenge Tour played him very well with the trap where Deke or Chef would front him and Tone or someone would be behind him. But I feel like he still needs to be taking a lot more shots, man. 6 for the biggest man in the league is
Insane.
that's not.
We saw what he did last season when y'all started getting him
Yeah,
that ball.
When he got that ball in that playoff run in season 5, you saw how unstoppable Eric was. So I'm gonna say the same thing I've been saying. Moose, whoever y'all's point guard is, y'all need to work with Eric, run that pick and roll. He needs to get the ball a lot more.
I'm gonna shout out. His name is Gerard Stevens.
Oh,
Yeah.
We call him Quincy AC.
Quincy
My
Acey,
body-
Hey
He played
man,
great.
hey man,
hey, he played great. He
hey
was
man, you a dog. Do you hear me?
It was-
He's scrappy. He know how to use his body. He know how to do a little
Yep.
cheap shots. You know, he was playing defense. You know what I'm saying? I shout out him. He went 7 from 12 from the field. We got him to the 3 line one time. He was 0 for 1 from the 3 line, but other than that, man, he did. I feel that he was the X factor of the whole game because he took some of the pressure off of
Other
Eric
guys,
today.
yeah,
So
guards,
that's a fact.
for sure.
from what I've been seeing from their team, and then with them missing Jawan, he stepped up big for him, and I like they pickup too. The Jackson Holt,
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he just
he-
need to get. He's getting his feet
yeah,
wet in
he
there.
coming to Adel trying to get it up. You know, he went 2 for 6. That's not too bad, but I think he
Yeah,
relied.
welcome to the moment.
Yeah, he
Welcome to
relied.
the ABL moment.
He re-
Yeah, that was a crazy
He had a
play.
welcome
Oh,
to
he
the
got
ABL.
he got
All
on
right,
his
I don't think you
head.
can say that. We're gonna have to bleep that out. Right
But
now.
I'm saying though, Tone, shout out, baby.
Hey,
My fault.
that boy Tone with a poster,
Yeah,
a
back poster.
back poster.
Pure shooting, as Marv had.
It was
Welcome him to AB.
the whole sideline called it. We saw him gather, and that was a tough one to watch.
But overall, I say the Expendables did a pretty good job competing the whole game. I'd
Yeah,
say.
can I say one thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody thinks we're undersized because our guards are a lot smaller than other teams' guards. But me,
But you guys got some big
me,
bigs.
Chef, and Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea.
You know, we're all small, and but we sat in that 2-3. That's probably the biggest
Yeah.
team in the league.
Yep.
They're missing Jawan, who's another 6'4", probably 6'5".
And I say
And
a problem that you guys gave them with the 2-3 is that the Expendables weren't looking for the corner pass.
yeah,
Like they weren't
but
looking.
I also
at all
feel
the
like they
spaces
were
for
going
and
they
spreading.
were going away from.
Yeah, like Khaled was
They-
open on the
I
perimeter.
had two
a lot, but
I had 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I finished with 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
At the end, I picked up a dumb one.
because
When he
early
stopped
on.
giving Gerard the ball,
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I'm tired, but he's also getting tired of me just fronting him.
Yeah.
And I know I got backside help, so I'm just fronting him, making him work to get that ball. When he got it, he shot right over me.
They did at first. I feel like in the first half they did a better job of spacing the floor for each other,
Mhm.
and in the second half it looked like 3 players were in the paint even before the ball got up court.
But what I think it was, you got to remember every game starts 0-0, so
Yep.
you comfortable doing your thing.
Yep.
I think once we got
Put
the
pressure on
momentum,
it. Yeah,
got the
you
lead,
took a lead there. That second half, you guys
they tried to
started
go
with
to
the
what
push.
they know.
Hey, shout
Yeah,
out
so,
to
yeah.
Waleed, bro.
yeah.
He was because late, like I think halfway through the game, me and Chef switched spots. I went back there because I know Chef can get out and get to a bucket quicker. So I was like, I'm gonna just be down here, and Waleed was helping me out like crazy because Tone had to go high post a lot of times when the top guys couldn't pick it up. Tone would get out that paint, and Waleed was down there battling with me.
Because
I'm telling you, he helped me so much down
we had
there.
a
it was
bad
crazy.
thing with that. Tone was getting frustrated. We weren't helping him rebound. So him and Waleed and
Hey,
Hassan,
yeah,
you know.
you keep telling Musa, you keep telling Waleed to shoot. He gonna shoot that thing.
Yeah,
You want in crunch time too.
clutch 3, Waleed. Clutch
That
3,
was a
baby.
big time 3.
Chef had 26, 9 for 16. Pretty good game.
I'm back.
Tone had 17 and 10 rebounds. He had a nice little double-double for him. It was nice to see my boy Hassan back on the court. 3 for 8, but
We working on it.
the stuff he did on the court doesn't really show on the stats. He's a great leader, and he knows how to read the floor better than a lot of people that I've seen.
Yeah, I think overall, great game for both teams. Expendables played well all around. Just have to be able to handle the pressure of a run better.
I appreciate Hamad. Hamad, like I really wanted to sub in Hamad at a time for me when I was tired, but he ain't saying nothing to me. He was trying to let me get my rocks off because he knows I haven't been hooping for a minute. And I'm
Yeah.
just trying to get back in rhythm. He ain't complaining. He ain't do nothing.
But I told Ahmad at the end of the game when we finished the game, I had told him
Like, he could go, so we gonna get him.
yeah,
back,
so
for
I
sure.
told him when either Sweet Tea, me, or
Me.
Hassan get tired,
Come get us.
come get us, man.
It's better to get somebody early than later.
It was the heat of the moment of that game, so I know it's kind of shaky on what to do. But that's why I feel that we gotta get with the group chat and let people know, like, hey, we're not gonna be mad at you subbing. We did a sub at the end of the game with a minute and 50 seconds
We're
left,
below, yeah.
and The guy gave up a 3 clutch time. I called timeout. I didn't want momentum to switch because momentum is everything in basketball. So that was just a captain moment at that time that I feel I took to take the timeout. It wasn't nothing against my teammate, but at that period of time, I just felt like Sweet Tea was a better defending option at that point. His blood was already pumping. The other guy came in cold. He hadn't played all game, so coming in last minute and 50 seconds is hard.
Yeah.
And especially holding Moose.
We
So
remember this about them. I think they started off 0-3 last season, Expendables, if I'm not wrong. They came back and won.
We can't. Nobody
They
can sleep
got
on
a
that
complete-
team.
Yeah.
They got a completely different team. They
They
got
got it.
Jackson, Khalid, and Jared, who they got to figure out 3 new guys. That's a lot
but I'm gonna
of
say
people to
this.
get
I'm
them
gonna
in.
say this too though. LJ took some of the guard play off.
So they're gonna have to
off
figure
of
that out.
Moose. So
I
he
think
got to
I
figure
think
that out.
Khalid and Musa can alternate
Yeah.
that with Jackson, Jared.
Yeah, I will say
on the wing.
Yeah.
Khaled was 1 for 5. I need him to be a lot more aggressive, man.
I think
You
he's
are the-
spacing for his
Yeah, he
guys.
was
He was spacing, but he shouldn't be in that corner.
Yeah.
He should be on the wing
I
trying
think
to
it
get
should
the
be
bucket.
Jackson
Yeah.
or
It should be, yeah. One of those
one of
people
them
should
two
be in the
guys
corner.
that catch and shoot guys. They could also score off the catch a lot. Not that Khalid can't, but he put in so much talent in that
But
corner.
Khalid also
Yeah,
was.
we
Khalid
hit him
can
though.
really
But Khalid also was telling me he was trying to feed the post.
Yeah,
more.
yeah. He was the only one trying to get.
He was the only
Yeah.
one passing that.
So
That's
he
what I'm
was-
saying.
He was,
He
looking
was
for
giving up a lot of his shots to give it to Eric because
Yeah.
Eric was
Eric.
also not getting the ball.
And then
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
just
So,
blitzing them, getting the ball back.
They
out of their
they
time.
really got to figure out their chemistry, which I know they will.
They will.
It takes them some time, but they always figure it out. But quick announcement before we talk about next week's matchups: leave the refs alone.
Sorry about that. We apologize.
Shout out.
Sore.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. I was a referee of this league last year. Everybody know that. I'm gonna say this
He
though.
got fired.
Shout out to the refs today.
100%.
We had a discrepancy at the beginning of the game.
Game three.
That wasn't about nothing. We talked it out, and they tightened it up. So after that, I feel like it was a good game ref wise. I told them.
Yeah, no, the refs.
Yeah,
and-
amazing.
Pretty good.
we didn't.
Good game.
That was a great game. Just let's leave them alone, guys. Let's.
Give it to a halftime before you start trying to get back
Yeah.
to them.
They
You gotta
like
figure out-
there will never be a perfect game.
Yeah.
There's never a perfect call. There's gonna be ups
I
and
like
downs.
to make them work for that.
We gotta keep remembering we're at a place of worship, so we gotta
I can say this, though.
respect our people.
I did no cussing today.
That's good. That's good.
Chef did not cuss today.
It did not-
Not
yeah.
one time.
Only
Except on the podcast.
It was a great week 1. We're gonna talk about our week 2 matchups real quick, and I'm gonna go around and see what everybody thinks.
We got to buy. Revenge
Yeah,
Tour.
Revenge Tour. Got
We got for y'all
Oh, we got a buy next
week 3.
yeah. So week
Shout out.
1 is gonna be Top Shotters versus the Expendables. Who you got, Chef?
Ooh,
Hey, somebody mark that.
Expendables.
Expendable. Hassan.
I think they expect. I'm not gonna lie. Wedgie down there is the only one who can actually defend a lot of those guys at the rim. Unless Expendable, if Patty and Garang combine for 7 again, they're co-captain and captain. I see that getting ugly. I got Expendables.
Shamrace.
I think I'd go to Expendables unless we see, like Hassan said, their captain.
I will say this: Top Shotters is
Playing
pretty
better.
much missing either like a first rounder or a co-captain. They haven't figured out who they're
Yeah.
gonna get. I think one of Patty's boys dropped out. We're trying to work with them to get somebody for them, but I think they'll be better next week for sure, and hopefully they can find somebody.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go with the Expendables. That'll be
Four and sweet.
game 1 at 5:30. Game 2 is gonna be Buckets Are Us versus Splash Bros. Who y'all got on that one?
Seti's hurt. I got Splash Bros. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm going with Splash Bros. Even if Seti do come back, no disrespect to Seti, but he would not be 100%. I seen how much pain he
LJ
was
will
in
be
today.
100%.
I don't think LJ gonna be able to do it. Just like Seti was by himself
Yeah,
today.
today. Yeah.
I think they need both of their they both
At 100%,
captains.
yeah,
they
they
both
need
captains, correct?
I know. So LJ is his first round. pick.
Okay, so
JC was his.
I think that he need that load off of him today. So with
No
Seti
D.
being hurt,
No D.
not 100%, I'm going Splash Bros.
Shamrace.
I will say if Buckets R Us can shoot better than 11% from 3, they might have a chance. I think that's the biggest problem. So
I mean, the
got a
thing
small
is,
sample size.
Splash Bros gets into. They like to shoot the ball, so they
Yeah.
might just get in.
I mean, it's in their name. It's in their name.
between both the guys,
So-
both teams.
Yeah, I want to be high and say Splash Bros, but I'll stick with I'll be high and say Buckets R Us, but I'll Splash Bros.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Splash Bros as well. Once again, I hope Seti, you all right, bro?
Yeah.
They really. It's week 1 and they already got roster issues, so
Hmm.
hopefully they could figure that out. But yeah, that's another 4-0 for Splash Bros. Game 3, I'm excited to watch this one. It's gonna be Free Palestine versus Cold Hearted. We're gonna see Cold Hearted's debut. They had a bye today. I got Free Palestine. I got free. They look good, and I feel like Maj is one of the few people in the league that could actually bump Shannon back because we know Shannon's a bucket when he's cutting down that lane, but you bump him back, he gets a little here and there.
Yeah.
Who you got, Hassan?
I'm leaning towards Free Palestine, but I don't know what they're gonna do with. If Cold Hearted can't play with chemistry, they're gonna lose that game, and it's gonna be their first game. And I do think Cold Hearted is the better team, but I got Free Palestine just because they've got a game under their belt.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Cold Hearted got two big additions to their team from last season. They got Malik and Larabe joining their team, which are two guys that can get buckets, but it's gonna be hard to find them. The last two seasons, that's been their problem. Moving the ball.
Their
They like to
problem
play
has-
a lot of isolation basketball.
Their problem has always been no real point
I
guard.
think mid-season, if you asked me this, midway through, I'd have a different answer. But as of right now, Free Palestine.
Who you got, Chef?
I'm a go off what Hassan said. I agree with him. Cold Hearted, don't get me wrong, they still have the same core players, but I feel that Free Palestine today was comfortable. Wasn't no arguing. They was laughing. It looked like
looked
they
easy.
was. It looked like they were been playing together for a minute. And so I'm going with Free Palestine. I feel that Cold Hearted still have some issues, as in like rotation, as in ball rotation. So like Hassan said, they go into ISO mode a lot. I would like to see Brandon this year. I would like, well, I ain't gonna say this year. I'm gonna say this season. I'd like him to take more of a point guard role instead of
He
scoring.
got so many weapons.
You know,
Ain't no.
this season he has a lot of weapons, so I want him to step back and look to pass the ball a little bit more. Not to say that he can't score, but I think he have more weapons this
What,
year.
10 and 10?
Yeah, he got a lot of weapons this year. So
And him and Shannon's two game is their 1-2
it's
game
nice.
is really good.
And
And
I wanna see- I wanna
Malik's a
see-
bucket.
I want to see Deshaun step up this year too, man. I feel like the last two seasons he kind of step away from the player that he is. So I want to see
Love
him
to
step.
see Larabe get back into rhythm.
Yeah.
Last season was rough for him, but we all know how great of
And that's
a shooter
another
he
thing.
is.
Larabe coming to that team.
Spacing.
Last year Larabe was one of the 1 and 2 scores on his team. This team here, he's going to be the third or fourth option. So I want to see how he take that adversity as being a fourth option and see if he can change his game and change his role and see if he can, still knock down shots.
Who you got, Shamrace?
I'll go take with a hot take with Cold Hearted.
I like
Just
that.
because
that.
I think
I
Free
think midway
Palestine,
through the
like
season, yeah.
Chef said, that they go a little bit too much ISO game.
Mhm.
And so if you get Cold Hearted playing together one-on-one, the two-man games. But like Hassan said, to counter my point, that Free Palestine does have a game under their belt. So we'll see how it goes. But
I think
go
just because we
Cold-Hearted
said
to be
this, Cold Hearted is going to move that rock.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's what
just 'cause we said-
that's what the
That's
podcast
what.
is
That's
for.
what it's for,
Yeah.
man.
Take
Walking
the,
in with the chip on
take
your
the
shoulder.
criticism,
Yeah.
man, and
Don't
work
hate us.
and get us.
Like Shaq says all the time, right? If I say it, I'm not saying it to make you bad. I'm saying it to make you better.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you want something, come get Revenge Store.
Shout out.
Well, that was week 1. It was a great week, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care, boys.
All right, sound guys.